Senegalese national anthem, followed by that of the host nation, Egypt. Well, the man in the middle today, Louis Stephen Siav from Mauritius. Crowd nicely building. So a bit of atmosphere, which is what we want to see as we see the Egyptian starting lineup. Just the one change for them coming into the side. Number 2, Hassan Hussein, the defender who scored a hat-trick against Tanzania, dropping out the skipper, Mahmoud Emad, wearing number 7. So Egypt, just the one change from the side that won last time out against Morocco. Confirmation of the officials today. The Ugandan referee supporting his Mauritian counterpart. And Senegal unchanged. The legendary Al Seni Njai in goal, as you might come to expect. 7 times the best goalkeeper in this competition. Ninu Jatta scored the winning spot kick against Egypt in the 2022 Nations Cup final. Gajaga got a hat-trick last time out. Mamadou Sylla and the ever-impressive Manjon Jan wearing number 8 for the Senegalese. Well, I don't necessarily want to put you on the spot, Abu Aziz, but this is a tricky game to call. Which way do you see it going?
Yeah, I think it would go the Egyptian way, because they have been the best team in the tournament so far, the only team to have gotten 3 wins out of 3. And also the Senegalese, they have been playing with injury problems with their jersey number 10, Mamo Gianni. He happens to be one of their best players. Unfortunately, injuries are part of beach soccer. Injuries are part of the game. You can't do without injuries. And also their jersey number 9, Rahul Mendy, he has also been playing, but from research I heard he has also been playing with minor injury. That is why he hasn't been getting lots of minutes in this game. So I think it's an advantage to the Egyptian side. Also, the Egyptians at the moment, they will also welcome their jersey number 12 that happens to be instrumental in how they play. The goalkeeper, his service alone is always a half goal, and this is what they've been doing so well for themselves. They also have a team that attacks as a unit and defends as a unit. It's a good one for them, and watching the player, the jersey number 9, Costa, has been instrumental for them. The jersey number 11, Abdul, happens to be one of the best players so far in the tournament also.
So Senegal to kick us off. Al Sayed in goal for the Egyptians. Strike-out goal comes in early from Mamadou Sylla, the 38-year-old defender with Yoff Beach Soccer. Mustafa Ahmed, the Egyptian skipper. Abdou wears number 11 for Egypt. And Hassan, oh, well closed down by Manjon Jan. And it's taken Senegal 34 seconds to open the scoring. And the record 7-time Kings of Africa lead the host nation of the 2024 Beach Soccer AFCON. And that's a quick fire start, and is it going to set the tone for what should be an enthralling semi-final?
Yeah, Mandione just decided to kick off from where he stopped from the last Nations Cup, winning the highest goal scorer and most valuable player, and he's been doing so well for the Senegalese beach soccer team after losing that first game and losing that penalty kick. He has been instrumental in their performance so far, and for him to have gotten that early goal, I think that means a lot for the Senegalese side.
It certainly does. A dream start for the Senegalese. Manjon Jan's 5th goal of the tournament as Abdou fires over. Scored in every game, the 22-year-old, another with Yoff Beach Soccer, based in the Senegalese capital, Dakar. As Costa, a really intriguing player, this man. Excellent skills, good abilities. One to watch, the Egyptian number 9. Struck in by Mustafa Ahmed, the 36-year-old skipper of Egypt, plays for Al Nassr. And it's 37 next month, the man wearing number 8 and the yellow armband on his shirt. And the Egyptian fans, despite the early goal against them, in good voice. Hassan strikes from distance.
It's going to be an amazing battle between both teams because we would see lots of attack from both teams, and the two goalkeepers need to be on top of their game to be able to keep their team in game, because at the moment the Senegalese they've already started so well, and this would bring out the best in the Egyptian side. They got quality players on their bench. They still have Loa that is still there. They have Paulo that is also still there. So it's going to be an amazing battle everywhere.
Ahmed for Egypt just couldn't get the connection. Manjon Jan, one of 2 Jans in the Senegalese squad, tries from distance, deflection off an Egyptian behind for a corner for Senegal, who have enjoyed the better of these opening exchanges. 3 periods of 12 minutes in beach soccer, a 3-minute break in between each period. And as Abdel Rahman Abdou, who turned 30 last Sunday, tries to find a way back into the game for Egypt. This is the other Jan on the pitch, Mamour Jan. The Jan wearing number 8 is known as Manjon, and the one wearing number 10 is known simply by his surname. Yeah,
we are going to see lots of tackles, lots of free kick in this game, especially against against the Senegalese, because the Egyptians would come all out trying to equalize the game before the first quarter, before the first round goes. This is one thing that the Senegalese need to be very, very careful, because we would see lots of runs from the Egyptians, and they need to be careful in understanding those runs to be able to keep the game going this way.
So Haitham Costa will take this free kick for Egyptians. If you're new to beach soccer, no wall allowed. 2 goals so far in the competition for the 32-year-old. We've got 2 goals in the 2022 Nations Cup as well, both against Senegal in the group stages. How he would dearly love to add to that tally today. Driven forward and spooned and shoveled away by Njai, the 34-year-old goalkeeper for the Senegalese. Bagad has come on for the Egyptians. So too Ahmed El Shahat. Rolling substitutions in beach soccer. Players can come on at any time during play as long as they leave the field correctly. They have to go off the pitch before their replacement comes on, and if you do leave the pitch, you can come back on. Very energy draining game. And already they've made some changes as Hassan stealing in at the far post, tries to play it into the middle to Ismail Bagat, who been amongst the goals, got a hat-trick against Tanzania, Bagat. And Hassan himself, the defender, also got a treble against the Tanzanians as Mamour tries the overhead and it's just behind Silla at the far post, and it stays Egypt 0, Senegal 1 in what has been a lively start.
A very, very lively start. One thing the Senegalese coach has decided to do is get the quick goals and try to manage the game. And in doing so, he has already taken out one of his striker, and there is another defender inside now. The Senegalese, they are playing three-man defense and just one-man attack. That is a way of managing situations. A player like Diatta would surely need to do so well and keep himself well in the game because he would do so much work trying to cover the attacks from the Egyptians.
Well, they met twice these sides in 2022 in Mozambique, once in the groups when Senegal won 6-4, and then in the final when who else but Manjon gave Senegal a 1-0 lead, just as he has done today. Egypt then scored twice in a minute, including an own goal from Ninu Jatta, wearing number 2 for Senegal, before Raoul Mendy equalised with 4 minutes left on the clock, prior to Senegal taking it 6-5 on penalties, scoring all of theirs. While Loha, who's sitting on the bench for Egypt, Mohamed Loha, wearing number 10, missing the decisive spot kick. Will he get the chance to avenge that today? So many plot lines in this game. Egypt 3rd ranked on the continent of Africa, 20th overall in the world. Senegal, funnily enough, having won the last 4 competitions and 7 in total, the number 1 side in Africa, as Papa Ndoye sails that over the bar from distance. And Senegalese are 10th best side according to the beach soccer ranking. So here's Bagat for Egypt, playing it into, or trying to, Hossam Paulo, who is really good to see back on because there have been some injury concerns for the Egyptians during the tournament. Bagat tussling with Jatta, wearing number 2 for Senegal, and Amar Sam wearing number 6 for the Teranga Lions. Also battling now. El Sayed driving long, and that's a forced and hurried clearance from Jatta, which goes behind for a Egyptian ball. I'm not sure it went behind for a corner, but either way.
Yeah, I think that is a corner kick, and Diatta would surely needs to be on top of his game today because he happens to be the most experienced player in the Senegalese defense line. He would surely be needed in every aspect of their defending today, and that is why he's been the experienced player that he is. And in games like this, he is always very, very instrumental, and I trust him to be able to deliver for them.
Sam battling with Bagat. Bagat gets the better of it, then goes down. Still he goes, Bagat. Impressive from him. Hassan with the strike just over. Hassan Hussein, the 33-year-old defender, key man in this Egyptian side. Mamour under pressure from El Shahat. Well, the Senegalese coach is up in Ngala Silla, saying that should have been a free kick to his side. No,
yeah, sure. I think that
decision given.
Yeah, that is a free kick against the Egyptians.
Well, not in the eyes of the officials as Abdou comes on. Lots of changes. Long to Manjon Jan, and that's not going to find the 22-year-old. The best player and top scorer with 10 goals at the last tournament. Manjon, who I said is wearing 8 for Senegal. Njai. Forward towards Jan. Jan with the overhead against the crossbar. Oh, stunning effort from Mamour Jan, the 34-year-old. And desperately unlucky to see that bounce back. And the scoreline stay is just a goal to nil for the Senegalese.
That is why he is one of their best players. His injury has affected the team one way or the other, but good to see him back in the team, and good to see him getting that good attempt. That acrobatic would have been one of the best goals in the tournament if it had entered.
Hassan showing really good strength, but Manjon showing excellent powers of determination and persistence to stop their number 2 for Egypt getting away. Abdou tries to get a shot in, Ndoye with the block. Mamour now. Already lets fly from distance, spotting possibly Mohamed Amel Sayed, the 29-year-old goalkeeper with El Marg, and obviously with Egypt fractionally off his line. Some attempt. Papa Ndoye trying to find Manjon, fails to do so. And Ahmed El Shahat, the 34-year-old defender, will just touch it wide to Ahmed. Looking long to Abdu. And then Ndoye just hits it towards the Egyptian area. They've yet to get on the board, Egypt, as we enter the final 4 minutes of the first period. Well, we've seen him score from that position before. Hossam Paolo, a stunning volley in Egypt's opening game against Egypt, which the Pharaohs won 6-3. They followed that up with a 9-3 win over Tanzania and then beat Morocco in the final game, but they've gone 2 goals behind now. Ninu Jatta scoring against Egypt and doubling Senegal's lead. It was a throw from Njai, and look at that for a finish from Ninu Jatta. Stunning strike from the veteran defender, and the African champions are seemingly on their way.
Yeah, this is what makes a goalkeeper spectacular. This is what makes a goalkeeper special, because from just that throw they've already gotten a goal. And Diatta has been one player that I always look up to in games like this. He's built for occasions like this, a game of derby, a game of bragging rights, and you can see from defense he has overlapped to be able to get that goal, and it's a good one and a vital one for the Senegalese side.
Really fine finish from Senegal. Stunned on the opening day by tournament debutants and neighbours Mauritania. 5-2. They were defeated. Their first defeat since 2015 in this competition. Well, Jatta loves playing against Egypt. As said, he scored the winning spot kick in the 2022 final. He scored an own goal in that final as well. He also scored against Egypt in the group stages 2 years ago. So when Jatta plays against the Egyptians, tends to find the back of the net one way or other, but that was a really, really fine strike. His 3rd goal of the tournament for the Ngor Al-Madi player. Loha, wearing number 10, on for Egypt, the 37-year-old. Man of the match last time out against the Egyptians when he scored a brace. And they're going to need something special from him as we just wait for a little hold up and play. The officials just checking the screens. Yeah,
it's a good one for the Senegalese side, and Diatta is the player that I have played against so many times. Apart from him scoring against Egypt, he also scores against Nigeria many times, and this is one quality he has always been built for occasions like this. He likes those derby matches. He likes those matches that he needs to stand up for his team, and I am not surprised with his performance so far.
Sanu Lai Chow on the field, the number 7 for Senegal. Well, he created the space and then he just couldn't find a way past El Shahat Paolo. Illegally so in the eyes of the referee. Chow, 25 years of age, a forward. Another amongst the goals, playing in his first Nations Cup this year, the tall number 7. And it's going to be El Sayed for Egypt. He had his first start in the last group game against Morocco, the 29-year-old. We wondered then if Egypt's regular goalkeeper Ibrahim Hassan, who had such a crucial role in setting up goals earlier in the tournament, was being rested, but it's possible that it's a little bit more serious that for Ibrahim Hassan, because he's not even amongst the matchday squad. El Sayed strikes a goal, but comfortably into the midriff of El Saini. Njai, such an experienced man, Njai, for the Senegalese, and Manjon just slowing it down, running the clock down. Every second counts in beach soccer. Loha for Egypt. Driving forward, Manjon. He hasn't just got the attacking play, but he's also got the discipline to track back.
That is what makes you a beach soccer player. You don't have to just be a stagnant striker or stagnant defender. Whichever position you find yourself, you just need to play that way. And his energy level has been very, very crucial for him. It's been helping him that immediately he loses the ball, he tries as much as possible to track back to help his team defensively. And that has been a good one for him.
Senegal claiming handball, no decision given. Loha trying to play it into Paolo. And the referee has blown. Loha a shake of the head. And it will be Senegalese ball, and this first period could not have gone much better for them, could it? Aziz.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Everything has been working so well for the Senegalese side. The Egyptians, they just need to understand that they are playing against the champions, a team that has won the tournaments for 7 times. So you need to really step up your game. You need to play times 10 of whatever you've been playing throughout the tournament. The Egyptian side, they've won 3 of their last games, but this time they are playing against the champions, the current champions, a world-class team. So they just need to up their game if they need anything to work on to do in this game.
Jatta trying from distance to bounce it up and past El Sayed in the Egyptian goal. Doesn't happen. Paolo on the turn. Strikes, really good block that from Mamadou Sylla. Such an experienced player for Senegal. Ahmed looking again for Paolo. Sylla again aware of the danger, and now he comes forward and just glides past Costa, and Chow can't keep it in, and that'll be an Egyptian ball.
Yeah, Sylla happened to be another experienced player just like Diatta. Defensively they have been a very, very massive team. Offensively they also do so well, and they score good goals for their team and their country.
Oh, what a hit that was by Chow. Struck so hard it bounced all the way back off the crossbar over his own line. It's going to be a corner to Egypt from the strike. Yeah, the Senegalese at the other end.
Yeah, the emotions are very, very high now, and the Egyptians, they know that they need to get 1 goal in this half. Unfortunately, the game they have just 1 minute to go, and they needed to get that goal. Very, very important. But if you look at the Senegalese, they've been playing so well defensively, in a way that they play as a unit. They play as a good team. Defend they defend so well, and it's been helping them. And their goalkeeper Diatta, Sylla, they've been doing so well. They've been on top of their game, and with those goals they've scored earlier in the game, it has really helped them so much. And they really wish that this first round would end this way with that 2-goal deficit.
Egypt, 9 different scorers in these championships, but yet to find a way past the Senegalese back line. Costa up against Gadjaga, Sedina Lai Gadjaga. 5 goals for the Senegalese, a hat-trick last time out. Nice little bit of interplay between Costa and Bagat. And Bagat from a really tight angle just finds the side netting, and into the final 30 seconds of the opening period we go. And it's been a really encouraging one for the Senegalese. Ahmed has got to try and engineer a comeback for his side, the Egyptian skipper. Bagat with the overhead, and it's high and behind, and it will be an Egyptian ball. And they've got just under 10 seconds to get something at the end of this period. Just cleared away, anywhere will do time from Gadjaga. For Senegal, El Sayed has to launch this quickly because the buzzer's going to go, and he's taken too long. And the buzzer does indeed go. And thanks to goals from Manjon Jan and Ninu Jatta, the African champions lead the 2024 beach soccer AFCON hosts Egypt by 2-0.
Yeah, it's a very good one for the Senegalese side. Coming all out after the first defeat of the tournament against Mauritania. They have bounced back, winning 2 straight games, and this happened to be their 3rd game. And they've been doing so well. And one thing about beach soccer is getting your early goals. That early goal in the 30th second of that game actually got them into the rhythm of the game, and so far so good. They've been able to keep their calm, their composure to get the 2nd goal, and getting their 2nd goal against the host nation that happened to be a team that has gotten 3 victories in this tournament. It shows that the Senegalese, they are ready to play. And one more thing is that their technical crew understands the attack of the Egyptians. They've tried as much as possible to manage that situation, and managing that situation means bringing 3 defenders, 1 attacker. It's a good game structure so far for the Senegalese.
The thoughts of former Nigeria international Abu Aziz, as he said, Senegal stunned by Mauritania on match day 1, 5-2 it ended for the West Africans. The highlights from the opening half, and it was a blistering start from the Senegalese as Manjon Jan, who's known for his goals. It was a simple block that enabled him to give his side the lead in the very first minute. A dream start for the Lions of Teranga, and he thumps his chest as he scored his 5th of the tournament. Alseni Njai called into action for Senegal. Mamadou Sylla flying one over. The number 5, Ngala Sylla, the coach, looking on. And then the acrobatic, stunning stuff from Mamour Diagne. But unlucky to see that comeback off the post with Manjor charging in. And then what about that for a finish and technique from Ninu Jatta? Absolutely perfection. And not bad with the somersaults either, not out of place in the Olympics. A really fine strike to give Senegal a 2-0 lead, and then the crossbar possibly still shaking from that thumping strike from Sanu Lai Chow, meaning that at the end of the first period, Egypt 0, Senegal 2.
Yeah, at the moment, the Senegalese, they need to just manage situation. They need to manage the game so well because they are winning. They are winning 2 goals against the host nation. A team that has so many attacks. Most of their players come to score goal. In their second game of the tournament, we saw their defender Hassan scoring 3 goals in that match. We also saw their number 3, a defender, also getting the man of the match award. So they have players that could come from behind to get goals. Right now, the Senegalese just need to manage situation, know how to understand the runs from the Egyptians, and with that, they might be able to get a good win. This particular period right now is one of the most sensitive parts because they need to try as much as possible to avoid conceding a goal earlier in this game.
Well, during the group phase, Egypt were the second top scorers with 18 goals from their 3 games, just 1 less than surprise package and debutants Mauritania. So they got goals in them, and as said, they've spread them around. Abdou now flicks it up to Hassan, into Costa, wanted to take it on the volley, but instead took it on the ground. And Alseni Njai equal to it. Such huge experience, fine reflexes, great on-field leadership. And Senegal have got a really good goalkeeper sitting on the bench in the reserve shape of Ousseynou Faye, just 19 years of age. So quality all over the squad for the West Africans who have made this event their own. Here comes Mamour Diagne trying to find his way past Ahmed. Impeded unfairly by the Egyptian skipper. And Mamour will have a striker goal. He's scored just the 1 in the competition so far. The number 10 for Senegal drilled home a late free kick against Mauritania. The consolation that day, 5-2 had said it ended. Then Senegal followed that up with the 6-1 thumping of Malawi to get their campaign on track, and then 6 goals again against Mozambique in their final Group B game. They didn't top the group, they were second behind the Mauritanians, but they're in the semi-finals and they're in the box seat at present in this game with World Cup qualification at stake. Senegal have been there 9 times. No African team has come anywhere close to that level of representation. Their 4th place at the 2021 tournament, their best finish, and they will be intent on getting back, especially with the competition on African soil in the Seychelles. Can Mamour make it 3? He can't, just a few inches the wrong side of the right hand up.
Yeah, that's a massive shot. That's a massive shot and a massive technique. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it down for his team, and so far so good. The Senegalese, they've been doing so well for themselves, playing with injury problems, and Mamour, he has been injured throughout this tournament, just managing himself. You would also notice that their jersey number 9, Raoul Mendy, hasn't even gotten a minute yet in this game, and it's a problem for them, and so far so good. They've been able to manage that, getting 2 good goals against Egypt. They just need to continue with that momentum, that cruise that should be able to get them the deserved victory in this particular encounter.
Well, a concern for the coaching staff as Manjon just goes down, and Chow, number 7, will come on for the Senegalese as Hassan looks into the middle. Crucial touch from Njai, just took it away from the head of the diving Costa. The longer this goes on without Egypt getting on the scoreboard, how will that affect the host nation, do you think?
Yeah, it would surely affect them because this same scenario played out in 2018 when they hosted and they couldn't win. The Sand Eagles of Nigeria actually defeated them, and you could understand the pain when the FA invested so much in the beach soccer for the Egyptian team. Unfortunately, they weren't able to qualify to the World Cup, and I think that would affect them again if they fail to qualify to the World Cup in Seychelles.
Well, this is the 5th semi-final for Egypt. They've only won one, and that was last time around against Morocco when they won 5-4. 2 goals in the last 4 minutes, taking them through. Before that, as Abu Aziz says, the former Nigerian international, beaten by Nigeria in the last 4 in 2018, beaten by Senegal in both 2011 and 2016. And at present, unless they can start finding the back of the net, it's going to be the same scenario. Coolly backed by Ndoye to Njai. Jan flicks it around the corner to Jatta. They got Senegal's second with a lovely strike. Njai looking forward to Jan. Nice layoff from him. Oh, and it was set up perfectly for Chow to hit it.
Yeah, that is a well-planned team play from the Senegalese, and everything came from their jersey number 9, their jersey number 10. Mamou, he happened to be a very, very instrumental player and very, very effective whenever he's on the field. You could see his link-up play with Thiaw. That would have been a very, very good goal from the Senegalese, and that might have given them that vital lead into this encounter.
Well, they've scored 2, hit the crossbar. Senegal, and that's just over from Hassan. He's got such power, the 33-year-old. As said, knows where the back of the net is. And Alseni Njai is complaining to the officials that there's been a plastic water bottle, empty, thankfully, thrown in his direction, which he's brought to the attention of the Mauritian referee. Rightly so, we don't want to see that. Fair play, the name of the game. The Beach Soccer Nations Cup, and Chow cannot keep that on. And Egypt just need to find a spark. Yeah,
they need that individual brilliance. They need that player that would stand out and come up to get that crucial goal for them, because getting a quick goal in this encounter might bring them back into the game. So at the moment, nothing is working for them, because defensively the Senegalese has been outstanding in every atmosphere. So they just need to try as much as possible to get that quick goal.
Well, they're going to have a penalty here because Ndoye handled it, and this will give Egypt a dream chance. It's a yellow card as well for the Senegalese. Well, we often say there's no intent, and it's not hand to ball, but I don't think we can say that about that touch from Papa Ndoye, the really experienced 39-year-old with Senegal. And this is a key moment for Egypt. Can this launch their way back into a game where they have not been making life difficult for the Senegalese, to the dismay of their band of supporters behind the Senegalese goal, protected by Alseni Njai. Huge figure, not just in Senegalese beach soccer, but the continental game as well. And the music building up the atmosphere, and the responsibility has been given to Hossam Paulo, 41 years of age, 2 goals so far at the tournament. They really need this to go in, Egypt. Paulo for the Egyptians. Listen to the roars, listen to the cheers. They're back in it, they're on the scoreboard. Fist pumps all around from their squad. Game on.
Those are goals that makes you a hero in a beach soccer games, because for you to have come out to play penalties or free kicks like that, it shows the kind of confidence you have in yourself, the kind of confidence you have in your game. And this particular goal now is very, very crucial and vital for the Egyptian side, because it takes the game to another twist, another level of excitement. And this is what we want in beach soccer games. We want to see fun, we want to see that we want to see that happiness. We want to see that zeal from everybody. And at the moment now, the Egyptians, they'll try to do everything possible to get back into the game.
Ninu Jatta with the big scoop laid onto him by Mamour. Doesn't get the connection that he would have been after. Now, the next goal in this game is going to be absolutely, not necessarily crucial, but fascinating to the ebb and flow of the game. Paolo failing to get on the ball from El Sayed. He hasn't quite got the distribution of Ibrahim Hassan, Egypt's #1, but as said, not in the squad today, which we can only presume is an injury, given he didn't appear last time out either. Hassan, nice little flick round the corner to El Shahat. Jan showing good strength, given El Shahat is the bigger man, and he's going to get it back here. Mamour Jan, and he tries his luck from a really tight angle. And funnily enough, he cannot hit the target.
Yeah, for a player playing with injury and moving that way, it means how important this encounter is. It means how the Egyptians, how the Senegalese really wants this game to get done.
Lovely interplay between Sam and Jatta. And Sam still has it on the far side. There's a really good energy and intensity about this game now. The second of the 3 periods. El Sayed drives it towards goal. And it just cannoned off Costa, and out of play for Senegal. And Jai. Is this where we see a bit of the experience from the Senegalese and slowing it down? No. Gadjaga, really impressive last time around, forces the corner for Senegal. Yeah,
it's been a physical battle between both teams. Every team has been coming out sparking, but at the moment you need just your mental smartness, and that is what makes you special in games like this. Sometimes it is not always about the physical side, but the mental side, and this is what the Senegalese they need right now. They are leading and they are playing against the host nation. It seems that has so many good attacks. They need to be mentally smart, and that is the only way they can be able to avoid goals like that. A mistake from Enjoy, the number 3 jersey for Senegal, made them concede that goal. So they need to be more mentally smart, more mentally ready for them to be able to overcome that attack from Egypt.
Well, El Sayed having made a good stop there just a moment ago from Gadjaga. And he will look long to the 2 men up front. Bagat just come on. Costa gone off for the hosts. Hassan trying to play it back to Bagat, but too much on that. And we are into the second period of the second period. Gadjaga. First Nations Cup for him. Played at the World Cup earlier in the year in Dubai when Senegal went out in the group stages just as Egypt did. These were the continent's 2 representatives there. Tempers beginning to spill over. Bagat remonstrating with the referee about that decision, saying it should go his way. And now it's the Senegalese turn to protest, and it is Egypt's free kick. And there's just 1 goal in this. And Bagat and Gadjaga really clashing. It's a tight angle, but it's an opportunity for Egypt to get themselves level as Loha comes on after a little bit of a pep talk from the man who's replaced Hossan Paolo.
Yeah, Loha happened to be a very, very good player. In their last match against Morocco, he got 2 goals and the Man of the Match award, and I think this period happened to be a very, very crucial one for him to be able to get it.
Bagat for Egypt, no. Into the wrong sort of netting. And Senegal retain their slender lead. Manjon, good to see him back on the pitch. Flicks it out to Silla. Always seems fairly unruffled, the number 5 for Senegal. And Jai long to Manjon, tries to play it in to Sam. Spilled by El Sayed. And given back to him by Ahmed. Long throw forward up to Loha on the volley. Oh, nice connection. Just off target. Clenches his teeth in frustration. The 37-year-old. Decent enough connection.
Yeah, that's a massive connection, and this is what happens when you have a goalkeeper that knows how to serve the ball well to you. He had a very, very good intention, but execution just needed more accuracy from him, and that would have been a perfect goal for them.
Njai again trying to repeat the move that we saw just a few seconds ago, up to Manjon, who will be trying to play it into Amar Sam, the 35-year-old defender in the middle. Here is Manjon, in it goes, and Silla, when he couldn't get ahead on that, and once again the Senegalese bench off their feet to complain. Nothing doing. Jatta heads it up into the air and out of the pitch and just in front of our commentary position, and Costa will take this for the Senegalese, but it'll be hauled back as the second referee's just having a word with Sam and Bagat over on the far side, having a bit of a clash. Costa looking for some movement for his compatriots. Up it goes into Lowe, who's going to try the acrobatics off the chest of Bagat and just wide of the Senegalese post, and he didn't know too much about that, Bagat, but it could have leveled the score.
Yeah, that was a well-worked set piece from the Egyptians. It shows how tactically sound they are, and it's been working for them so far. They've been trying everything possible to get back into the game, and it's a good one that they have quality players in every position that has been fighting so well to get that good equalizer.
Lovely turn from Manjon, who's going to let fly. No, he's not, because he turns onto his left foot and then plays it into Silla, who can find the back of the net but can't because of a really good stop with his feet from El Sayed. Lovely play from Senegal's number 8, and a chance goes begging for Silla. There's a hand on Manjon, he didn't complain. Costa back on the pitch. Solid tackle from Silla to win it back for the African champion Senegal. Ahmed, the skipper for Egypt, finding Bagat. One Senegalese in front of him, now 3. Let's fly, deflects behind, Egyptian ball. Yeah,
a very, very good attack from both sides. Every team has been trying to do everything possible to get back into the game, and I think Mandione happens to be a very, very good and interesting player. He almost got an assist in that situation, and I think the Senegalese players, they need to try as much as possible to convert those chances when they come, because chances like this don't come often, and in games like this, it is always very, very crucial for you to get those goals. Whenever it comes, it's always little when it comes, but try as much as possible to convert it.
Well, Al Sayed down, rolling around as well. 2 Egyptians actually down on the floor. Costa the other. This is the overhead kick from Loho that just cannoned off the chest of Bagat, and look how close it was to going in. All he was doing was basically standing there, ricocheted off him, and loved the reaction from Ismail Bagat. Plays for Bani Ebaid, 3 goals at the last tournament, 3 goals this time around, and that was almost a 4th, and it would have been mightily crucial. World Cup qualification at stake in this game. Abu Aziz, the former Nigeria international, repeatedly telling me that this is the most important game in the competition, not the final.
Yeah, I think it is the most important game, because winning this game alone qualifies you to the World Cup, and it is very, very important for you to have gotten an opportunity to play at the World Cup Mundial.
It certainly is. There'll be 3 African teams, always worth reminding ourselves next time around, because the Seychelles is hosting for the first time. Mamo Chan wanting to line up an overhead kick, instead just puts the ball into touch, and Egypt can come forward. They trailed since the very opening minute. Pressure on them all the while. They can't play their free-flowing game, knowing they need to get back into the match.
Yeah, exactly the mistake they made, conceding first 2 goals against the almighty Senegalese, and I think that is affecting them so well in this game, because a team like Senegal winning is actually a disadvantage against you.
Well, they wanted a handball there off Jatta. The Egyptians, players, coaching staff, fans, they didn't get it. Abdou into Loha, back to Abdou, deflection, behind for a corner. Well, it's really lively inside this arena, and we're having a game to match the excitement in the stands as well. There may not be goals here, there and everywhere, but there's plenty of drama and intrigue, and an absorbing encounter as Raoul Mendy, wearing 9 for Senegal, comes on the pitch. Bags of experience from Mendy, and he can't find the back of the net when the goal was.
Yeah, that would have been a vital goal for the Senegalese side, but unfortunately Mendy couldn't get that into the net, and it is an opportunity that they would have really, really liked.
Costa for Egypt could have struck it, he didn't. The Egyptians in front of me up on their feet in frustration at that wayward pass from Costa. It was unselfish. He could have struck a goal, he chose not to. Njai Jan. Mendy on the chest. Down he goes on the ground, Raul Mendy. And he's waving at the bench, and he's not in a great deal of comfort here, Mendy. Let's have a look.
Yeah, the emotions are high right now, and you see every player wants to do something for himself. Every player wants to do something for his team, and I think this is the period where every team needs to be very, very careful.
Well, they do indeed, because tempers, as Abu Aziz, the former Nigerian international, is saying, are beginning to spill over. Well, Mendy is down on the ground, the 31-year-old with Mamel Beach Soccer. 7 goals at the 2021 World Cup, 2 earlier this year in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. And there's still a little bit of pushing and shoving, or Abdu trying to calm things down. Tricky job here for the officials, the Ugandan referee trying to do so as well, threatening to go for his notebook. And you can see what it means to both these players.
At the moment, Mandione needs to be very, very careful with his actions, because this might get him sent off. The referees are watching, and at the moment he needs to just be very, very calm so as not to get red carded. Getting a red card in this period against a team like Egypt would surely affect your team. The Senegalese technical crew needs to try as much as possible to caution and calm all their players, because this is not the time to fight against a North African team. At the moment, you are leading 2-1. You just need to be more composed. Try as much as possible not to play into the hands of the Egyptians, because the Egyptians just need opportunity to just get back into the game, and getting back into the game would give them more momentum to be able to win that game.
Well, I don't think Raul Mendy is going to be able to continue. But either way, we say they've got to keep their emotions, but sometimes, let's be honest, that's easier said than done.
Sometimes I have found myself in positions like this where I wasn't able to control myself. But at the moment, I am not playing.
So it's easy from the sidelines, isn't it? He should have finished this. He should have kept calm. But, you know, we're not on the pitch.
Yeah, I think that is the most important thing, because that calmness is what your team needs at the moment. As much as you want to fight for the right of your team and fight for the right of your players, you also need not to play into the hands of the opponent, because the opponent needs something like this to convince the referee that you are to collect a card, or you are to be issued a red card.
Well, Raul Mendy is off, which is a concern for the Senegalese. It's a free kick to the Egyptians, which Hassan Hussein will take. It is finely poised. We've got under a minute left of this second period, and you can feel the atmosphere crackling around and the charge from both these teams. Hassan for Egypt, low and hard and well off target from Hassan, and he'll be very disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think he would be disappointed, because Hassan happens to be an experienced player that has been with the team for a long time. I remember playing against him in 2018, and his qualities would be something the Egyptians would want to count on. And in their second game of the tournament, where he scored an hat-trick, they would be expecting more from him at the moment.
They will indeed. Chow for Senegal just turns it behind. Less than 20 seconds to go in this second period. Loha thought about the overhead instead, went for the half volley, and Jai saves. 10 seconds to go. Really is tense, really is tight. Jatta back to Njai. Abdu comes in a little bit forcefully, unfairly so. Njai holding his head, and this will be a free kick to Senegal. And just gives them a little bit of time to recover. Only 5 seconds left or so. When Njai says that he was told by Sadio Mane and Kalidou Koulibaly that the beach soccer team of Senegal brought the culture of winning to all the Senegalese national teams. No side before the beach soccer side for Senegal had ever won a trophy, but then Senegal went and won the Senior Nations Cup a couple of years ago, and that sparked a host of trophies, a youth level as well. And Aliou Cissé, the former Senegal coach, even invited some of this beach soccer side to talk to his side before they went to the Nations Cup in Cameroon 2 years ago and won it there. Buzzer sounds to mark the end of the second period. Just the one goal. It didn't come from Senegal. It came from Egypt through Hossam Paulo which means that we are finally poised ahead of the third and final period.
Yeah, that's a massive performance from both teams. The Egyptians have tried as much as possible to get back into the game. Unfortunately, they've just gotten just one goal, and the final 12 minutes of the game would be so decisive, because it would depend on the mental smartness of the Egyptians, and how the Senegalese would be able to manage their emotions, how they'll be able to manage the game, because that 12 minutes is very, very important and vital. If they cannot get another goal, they should be able to conserve their energy. They should be able to manage the game to be able to win. But one thing is, the Senegalese need to do everything possible not to concede a goal earlier in the third quarter.
Well, Egypt did concede a goal to that man, Ninu Jatta, after 9 minutes. That was doubling Senegal's lead. Then Papa Ndoye with a needless handball, inviting Egypt back into it. And Hossan Paolo did not waste the opportunity. But Egypt could not find a way past Senegal again, and it was the same story at the other end for the reigning African champions. Look at the emotions. This was the closest the Pharaohs came to levelling matters. Loha with the overhead off the chest of Bagat. And then there was a really nice move from Manjon, finding Silla. And Silla couldn't profit. And that was the calls from the Egyptians for a handball against Jatta. Didn't happen. Loha with the half volley. And Jai with a comfortable save. Egypt 1, Senegal 2 at the end of period 2. So 12 minutes separating Senegal from returning to the Nations Cup again. And frantic chats right in front of us from the Egyptian coach. What do you think he'll be saying to the players? Yeah,
just to keep your cool, keep your calm, but you need to do as much as possible to play offensively. You need to do as much as possible to bring back that individual brilliance in you. Those spectacular goals the Egyptians scored in their second match against Ghana, they need to replicate it, and we need to see more of Paulo. We need to see more of Hassan. We need to see more of Abdul in this particular encounter, because the Senegalese has been doing so well defensively to take them out of the game, and that has been working well for the Senegalese. But right now, these 12 minutes happen to be the most crucial, most important part of the tournament for the Egyptians. They need to stand up for themselves. They need to stand up for their team, because losing this game would be so disappointing after winning 3 straight games for the beach soccer, the Egyptian beach soccer team. They need to just try as much as possible to get back into the game, and getting back into the game would start from the first second of this quarter.
And very briefly, Senegal have been to 9 finals out of their previous 10 visits. Egypt just the 1. How much of a difference is experience going to make in this final period?
I think Senegal happen to be this mindset monsters. They got this good mentality when playing from the semi-final level. I think in 2015, Nigeria played against Senegal in Seychelles Island, and 2 of their important players were out injured and suspended, and they still went ahead to win the Sand Eagles of Nigeria. So it shows them how mentally smart they are whenever they get to the final level. And I don't think this one would be different, because they have already shown that in 2 quarters already.
Well, there's been a change of goal for the Senegalese. Ousseynou Faye, the 19-year-old, is on. The veteran, Njai, and captain, is off. Hassan standing over this, touches it to Costa, drives past one, tries to wriggle past another, looks for Bagat, doesn't find him. Hassan tries to strike, but Manjon gets a block in. Costa into Hassan again. Unfortunate bounce just took it away from him. Going to try the acrobatics, but straight into the arms of Faye, who's been a goalkeeper who's really impressed for Senegal in this tournament. And he can score as well as he did at the World Cup earlier in the year. A stunning volley against Colombia. Here he drives at goal, deflects, kicks off the sand, and wins a corner for his side.
Yeah, in the few times Faye has come in to deputize for the Senegalese goalkeeper, he has been so good, and I think this happened to be one of the times that he would beat his chest and say yes, he is ready to be the #1, because it is very crucial for the Senegalese to keep on cruising in this particular encounter. This is the right time for him to be able to keep that pressure and make sure he doesn't concede a goal.
Well, an inadvertent handball off Manjon, who scored that opening goal, seems a while ago now. Hassan will hit this for Egypt. He will try and bounce it just in front of thigh so it can kick up off the sand and deceive the Senegalese keeper with his unexpected trajectory, just like that. But it's off target and it stays Egypt 1, Senegal 2. Thigh looking for Manjon, but Manjon had gone left and Thigh went the other way. Hassan, just the penalty for Egypt so far. What would a goal do for their confidence? And the skipper Ahmed back on, up towards Bagat. Jan. Oh, that's a crunching challenge, but no quarter given and no complaints either from a mixture of Manjon for Senegal and Hassan for Egypt.
Yeah, it's a good one, and you could see the physicality among both teams. It is one of those things that happen in situations like this. It is bound to happen, and the most important thing is no player is injured because we want fair play in beach soccer. We don't want any other player being stretched off the game. So this is the fun of beach soccer. Sometimes it gets physical, but that physicality shouldn't result into a broken leg, and that is more important right now.
No, well, out of the 14 previous games of this tournament, only one has got overly physical. Morocco against Ghana in Group A, but otherwise, the game and the tournament has been played in five spirit. Strike at goal from Manjon, but not one he's necessarily going to want to watch back with any pride. El Sayed to Bagat. Costa into Hassan. El Sayed. Thigh will pick this up. He's got to be quick because of the 4-second rule, and he was. And Jatta, well, they thought he had kept that in, but he hasn't. And El Sayed will come forward again for the Egyptians. Hassan. Bagat trying the overhead. And that sails harmlessly wide, and the clock will tick down. Senegal. Just take their time here. Jatta back to fight. Looking for Jan, who looks across and tries to find the top left-hand corner from a really tight angle.
Yeah, that's a good gameplay, and that's a good combination between Faye and Njani. I think they've been training so hard for occasions like that, and we can see the connections between both of them.
Well, wasted from Egypt, and Senegal, as long as there's only one goal in it, they will not be sitting comfortably. Jatta back to his goalkeeper. Manjon right in front of the Egyptian goalkeeper, but Hassan alert to the danger. He'll have another go. Hussein Faye. Mamour Jan, well, the best player in the squad by their skipper Njai. Faye forward to Chow, who's come on. Hit the crossbar early in the half, tussling with Bagat. And he's down on the floor. Chow. And play goes on, and he's back up now. And he's tussling now with Hassan. It is beginning to get a little physical.
Yeah, it has to get physical because the time is ticking so fast. And looking at the time now, we have just 8 minutes, and it is important that the Senegalese keep themselves in the game, or the Egyptians try as much as possible to get back into the game. So we need to see the physical part.
Into the middle it goes, and Faye stops the effort from Ahmed from going over the line. Jatta now into Chow. Oh, we can't get the connection. He was free at the back stick. He could have given Senegal a 2-goal cushion for the second time in the game, but opportunities at either end. Yeah,
Thiaw needs to step up in the game because he has already gotten 2 good opportunities to have at least get his team on that 2 goals advantage. He hasn't been able to do that, but sometimes I wouldn't blame him because if you look at his leg now, you see his leg being strapped up. So the Senegalese, they've been playing with lots of injury problems, and it's been affecting them. they just need to try as much as possible to manage the situation, because at the moment they have just 7 more minutes to be able to get into the World Cup proper in Seychelles Island next year.
A reminder that Senate Shells, courtesy of being hosts, funnily enough, are already there. Who will join them? Jatta will have this for Senegal after Paolo can only touch it. Into touch. 5 for Senegal. Let's fly, and always rising over the bar. El Sayed up to Paolo. Lovely first touch from him. El Shahat back to Paolo. Goes past one Paolo, but that's really good strength from Silla, because for a moment it looked like the Egyptian was going to ghost past him. Instead, it's just a corner.
Yeah, that's a massive defensive challenge from Silla. He is a very, very mature and experienced player from the team, so I think that is what is expected from him in situations like this.
Perhaps a little bit of tiredness creeping in for Mamadou Silla, who just couldn't get any contact on that, and then knocks it off Abdou. And there are going to be more changes, and he is indeed off Silla. Possible hint of fatigue, and on comes Ndoye, who conceded the penalty. El Shahat can only knock that behind for a Senegalese ball near the corner flag. Well, it's not a corner, I'll tell you that for sure. And Mamour Jan, he's got two to aim at in the middle. Ndoye and Gadjaga at the far post. And Jagger just peels off Shahat. In it goes to Ndoye. It's going to come all the way through to Mamour. The overhead from Mamour, and it's sailed out of the ground and into the hotel next door. Hassan for Egypt. Abdou. Jatta, so solid.
Extremely solid. He has been the best player so far for the Senegalese. He has been everywhere, defensively, offensively. He has been the only player that hasn't left the field yet, and his stamina level has already shown how important he is to the Senegalese team.
37 years of age, Jatta, who got his head there, and this was going to be something special. Well, it was a slow motion fall to the ground from Papa Ndoye, but he didn't trouble El Sayed in the Egyptian goal, and still we await the first goal of this third and final period. Just over 5 minutes remaining. El Sayed forward into Abdou. Jatta gets a block. Can they smell the World Cup, Senegal? Flick from Mamour. Jan can't find Manjon. Jan. El Shahat. El Sayed now. And that sails out, and the clock is ticking down.
It's ticking so fast, and this is the right time for the Senegalese to show more maturity, because leading against the host nation, you just need to provoke them to come out, and provoking them is to just keep more possession of the game, try as much as possible not to be in haste to get another goal, and that is the best way to provoke them. And when defending, you have to defend in unit. Try as much as possible to also understand their late runs, and it is always very, very important for you and your team. Looking at the time now, we have just 4 minutes, so the Senegalese needs to show that they are a world-class team. They need to be at the World Cup again.
That is desperately what they are hoping to do. Champions 2022, 2021, 2018, 2016. They've not lost too many finals as Fai goes again. A good connection again, but just a couple of yards or so wide of the target. El Shahat into Fai, who seems to be getting his range in. The man in blue for Senegal. Here he is. Going to flick this up and just plays it into Sam, who's back on the pitch. Forward it goes into Sam. Manages to keep it in. The first time he did, but not at the second time of asking. Hassan goes off. Costa comes back on, the number 9 for Egypt. He can make things happen for them. They've yet to score an open play. He's gone down on the ground. Costa, he's got inside a free kick. And this could be a key moment in the game. A
very, very key moment for the Egyptian side and for the Senegalese side, because this is what the Senegalese should have been avoiding, playing against Senegal and winning. You need to try as much as possible to manage the game, manage the time, and this is one mistake that the Senegalese might have done, and it's a good one for the Egyptians. They just need to try and to see if they can convert this chance, and converting this chance would tweak the game to another level. This is the excitement we want to see in a game of beach soccer, especially the semi-final.
Absolutely, it is. Tension all around the Hurghada Beach Soccer Stadium. Egyptian fans willing their side on. It will be Costa to take it. So far, just the penalty for Egypt. Can they now level matters with this free kick from their number 9? Costa against Fai. In place of the Beach Soccer World Cup on the line. Just over 3 minutes to go, and it's risen and gone wide, and he looks really disappointed, Costa, because he didn't even force Ousseynou Faye in the Senegalese goal into any sort of action. And now Faye looks forward to Mamour Dian, but that was wasteful from the African champions. Paolo just touches it into El Shahat. Forward from him, loose as well, Jatta. His goal at present in the first period, the difference between the sides as Mamour Dian can't hit the target as well, and in a promising position. El Sayed looking to Paolo, and Faye comes out, such a tall figure, jumped into the air together. Manjon strikes and he hits it wide. There are going to be chances, but who is going to take him, if any? Hassan back on for the Egyptians. Loha back on as well up front, and here he is, the diminutive number 10, back into Hassan. And still Hassan goes forward. And it's a really important block from Sam. Hassan, when he wriggles past, that's excellent from him, and into the middle it goes. Oh, a combination of Loha and Costa. They couldn't finish. That looked all the world that Egypt were going to get back into it with under 2 minutes left on the clock, but they just couldn't get any contact on it. Loha now. Hassan on his left foot against the post. Would you believe it? That's how close the Egyptians are to taking this game further and possibly into extra time and keeping their World Cup dreams alive. Well, Egyptian fans in front of us, up, tapping at their watch to the referee. Really wanting this, the fans. That's not going to reach Costa, and Sam will just hit it towards safety. Less than 90 seconds to go. The ball at the wrong end of the field as far as Egypt are concerned. El Sayed for them, drives it forward off the chest of Dian. Sam, back to Ousseynou Faye. He's got Manjon to aim up, and instead he plays it out wide towards Sam. And Sam wins the throw. And here is Mamour Dian on the overhead. Cannons off Hassan. In the last minute. Crucial intervention that from Mamour Dian. Keeps it in and gets it back to his goalkeeper as well. And then it goes back to the Senegalese number 10. Looking for Sam. But either way, the clock is running down. Just over 30 seconds to go. Yellow card issued. I think that went to Sam. He's off. Silla is on. He's not off. He's off. He's on the bench. And Silla will head this forward. And Senegal just have to stay firm for 20 seconds. And they're in the final of the Nations Cup and at the World Cup too. And Loha, well, if he had got the flick right, he could have found Costa. He didn't. And he just gets thrown out of play by Faye. The last 10 seconds. El Sayed forward for Egypt. It's now or never for the Egyptians. Faye has got it. He just needs to hold on to it. He launches it forward to Manjon. The buzzer sounds. Senegal are into the final of the 2024 Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations, and they've qualified for the 2025 Beach Soccer World Cup in the Seychelles as well. Egyptian players down on their haunches. They cannot believe it. They sunk to the sand on their knees. But goals from Manjon Jan and Ninu Jatta in the first period, enough to see off the challenge from the hosts. Only a penalty in the second period from Hossam Paulo, their sole registrar on the score sheet, which means it's ended Egypt 1, Senegal 2. And the record 7-time African champions are back in the final, just as they always are. And they are into the World Cup again for the 10th time. What a game, what a finish. Real tension, not so much goals, but that kept us gripped.
This is a massive game for the Senegalese side. They've already shown they are a champion they are a champion team, a world-class team, and they have shown that this mentality of winning always is always with them. And I think with injury problems that they are having, they still manage them to win the game and win against the host nation. It shows that they are ready for the World Cup again. They just need to try as much as possible to work on injury problems in their team, and they are good to go at the World Cup. For the Egyptians, I think they did so well, but they were unable to convert some few chances they got, and some of those chances got to their jersey number 9, Costa. Unfortunately, he couldn't get those goals converted. It is one of those things in beach soccer. I think the Egyptians, they would be disappointed after having a good start to the tournament and losing the semi-final, because this semi-final happened to be the most important part of the tournament so far. It's a good one so far.